Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another Toyhax.com sponsored review. But before we get started, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you're watching this video right here and are not a subscriber of Patriot Prime Reviews, please hit that subscribe button right now. It won't cost you a thing, but will help me and my channel out tremendously. Now, on to the decals. The set we're looking at in this video is an upgrade decal set for the Walmart Reissue Generation 1 Minibots that came out a couple years ago. I had no idea this upgrade set even existed. I just randomly discovered it last time I placed an order. Now this set includes decals for Outback, Bumblebee, Swerve, and Tailgate. And the decal set includes 2 decal sheets on vinyl backing and 1 decal sheet on foil. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at these Generation 1 reissues, both before and after Toyhax decals. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Straight out of the packaging, the Walmart reissued Minibots look great. They are fantastic reproductions of the original Generation 1 toys. Now let's take a closer look at Outback first. Outback's vehicle mode is my favorite vehicle mode out of the entire set. Of course, I'm a Jeep guy, and Outback's a Jeep. Not to mention he's got that really cool mounted cannon on the roof. Now taking a closer look at the figure, Outback has some great molded details throughout. You see the doors, the windows, you got the little steps right there. On the hood, you've got the vents. I love the grill here on the front. That's chrome. You got a molded in winch. Got lights up here. On the side, he's got a really nice tamper-graphed Autobot logo. I love the looks of that. The rear of the vehicle, you've got a molded in gas can. I hate how they stamp these with that black ink. Back in the day, it was just the raised lettering there. Here on top, I love how the mounted gun is on the spare tire. That looks really, really cool. I just wish he could mount his gun in robot mode. Now let's take a look at Outback here with his Generation 1 counterpart so you can kind of look at the differences. There's really not much differences in Outback except the tamper-graphed Autobot logo here where the original G1 just had a sticker. Also on the back of the figures, where the reissue has the ink lettering there, the original just had the molded in lettering. So that is pretty much it for Outback. Now let's take a look at Bumblebee. The reissued Bumblebee's vehicle mode has the most new paint applications of the 4 figures. Now taking a closer look at Bumblebee, he gets a brand new silver fender, new paint applications there on the headlights. Turning the vehicle around, he also gets new red taillights and silver fender there on the back. Other than that, he's a spot-on reproduction of the original Generation 1 toy. I love the molded detail right there on front. Now let's compare the Walmart Bumblebee with Generation 1. Now, a long time ago, I actually gave my Generation 1 Bumblebee some headlights thanks to some spare Toyhax decals I had, so those aren't on the original figure. But you can see the difference in the fender, where the original Bumblebee had a black fender, the new Bumblebee has the silver. Turning the vehicle around, the original Bumblebee did not have the red taillights or the silver fender on the back. Also, if you look at the top of the figure, the Walmart reissue has a Autobot decal sticker, where the Generation 1 figure had the rub symbol. So that's pretty much it for Bumblebee. Now let's take a look at Swerve. Swerve's vehicle mode also features some great molded detail. Taking a closer look at the figure, you can see the detail right here on top. You got the vents on the hood. You've got the little design right there. You've got lights, and I love the chrome grille. Along the side of the vehicle, you've got some steps right there by the door. On top of the vehicle's camper top, you've got some molded detail there. And that's about it. Now the reissue does have a rub symbol. That works really, really good. I love those things. So now let's take a look at Walmart Swerve with his Generation 1 counterpart. And with these two, there's really no difference. These are pretty much exactly the same, other than my original doesn't have the rub symbol. So that's pretty much it with Swerve. Now let's take a look at Tailgate. Tailgate here is the sports car of the group, and he also has some great molded detail. Taking a look at the hood here, I love the way that looks. You've got the molded in lights there up top, another nice chrome grille along the side of the vehicle. You've got the windows, back of the vehicle. That looks really good right there. And that's it. I mean, all the molded detail for Tailgate is right here up top. Now let's take a look at Tailgate compared to his Generation 1 counterpart. And just like Swerve, there's really no differences whatsoever. These look exactly the same, right down to the rub symbols on the hood. And that's pretty much it for Tailgate. And there you go, guys, the Walmart Reissue Generation 1 Minibots before and after. And wow, what a difference this decal set makes on these Generation 1 Minibots. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Outback first. I absolutely love what Toyhax did for Outback's vehicle mode. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Cam the Toyhax man from Twitter. I had actually posted a picture of Outback after I finished decaling him up on my Twitter page, and Cam called me out that I had this decal upside down. In Australia, the wipers on the vehicles are on top instead of the bottom, so I did switch that around. So thank you so much, Cam. Now, Cam was also the designer of these decals, so give him a shout out in the comments. Now, moving on to the decals themselves, you can see the brand new windshield and side windows on the vehicle. There's a conservation decal right there on the side. On the top of the vehicle, he gets new chrome detailing that kind of goes over that M design. Right here on the front, I love this. He gets a license plate that says, "Crikey." That is so cool. He gets new lights right there on top below the cannon. And I really like this. Diamond plating. Let me see if I can get focused here. Diamond plating right there on the sides with muddy footprints. That is so cool. That looks great. It's on both sides there. I love how that looks. On the back of the vehicle, he gets a new window decal, an Australian flag, and another license plate that says, "G'day, mate," along with new taillights. Now, there is another license plate option you could put on. It's one that actually says, let me flip it around, that says, "Down Under." But I had to go with the "G'day, mate," and "Crikey" for sure, because that seems like it's a great throwback to Steve Irwin. Now taking a look at Bumblebee. Bumblebee looks awesome. I love the new window decals. The blue really pops against all that yellow, and I think it looks great. He also gets new decals right here for his headlights. Some nice shiny chrome. On the back of the vehicle, he gets a new engine cover, new taillights, and if you look close, he has a license plate that says B127 and an "I Love New York" decal or bumper sticker. There are options for B as well. If you take a look here at the windshield, he gets character decals if you wish. You've got Spike, Sparkplug, Chip, Carly, and Charlie from the movie. So I think that's a really cool option. There's also different license plate decals you can give B. He's got two others that have Sweet Boy and Small Packages, but I had to go for the B127. And he gets a brand new Autobot logo right there on top. So that is Bumblebee. Moving on to Swerve. Swerve gets a brand new window decal that wraps all the way around and diamond plating right there on the steps. Black decal to highlight that M design once again. He gets new headlights. On top of the vehicle, he gets red detailing that helps break up all that white. And on the back, he also gets new taillights. And that's pretty much it for Swerve. Now finally, we'll take a look at Tailgate. Tailgate gets brand new window decals, just like the others, there on the windshield, on the side, and up here on the top where the sunroof is. He also gets a decal right there, bomb disposal, that actually goes on both sides, as a nod to IDW, where he is a bomb disposal bot. And on the back of the vehicle, he also gets brand new taillights. So all in all, a great looking decal set that vastly improves these G1 figures' vehicle modes. So there is one final look at the Walmart Generation 1 Reissue Minibots after. In robot mode, straight out of the packaging is where the Walmart Generation 1 reissues really shine. And that's thanks to some fantastic paint applications and, in Bumblebee's case, a brand new head sculpt. So once again, let's take a closer look at Outback first. In robot mode, the Walmart reissue of Outback gets a great facelift thanks to a painted-on visor. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt, he has a great head sculpt, and thanks to that painted visor right there, it looks even better. The original Generation 1 toy, it was all silver, no paint applications whatsoever. Outback also gets some nice sticker decals that are very reminiscent of the Generation 1 toy, and new molded details down there on the waist. The rest of the molded details just carry over from vehicle mode. Now Outback has some really nice looking chrome arms, but unfortunately they are quite small. He kind of has T-Rex arm syndrome. Now let's take a close look at Walmart's reissued Outback with the Generation 1 version. And as I said earlier, the Generation 1 Outback had a completely silver face, where the reissue has that blue painted visor, and I think that looks great. You can also see the reproductions of the sticker decals on the main body of the figure. So that's pretty much all there is with Outback. Now let's take a look at Bumblebee. In robot mode, the reissue of Bumblebee is the only one that gets a completely new remold, and that is Bumblebee's brand new head sculpt. He has kind of a more cartoon accurate face. The original Generation 1 toy looked very robotic. I think you only seen that like once in the media in the comic book. The rest of the robot mode, let's see, you got molded detail down there on the legs. And if you look here, he does have little tiny molded in fists. The rest of the details just carry over from vehicle mode. So now let's take a look at the new reissue Bumblebee with the original Generation 1 toy. And as I said, take a look at the face sculpt. You've got a more cartoon accurate face there, where the original Bumblebee had a very robotic looking face. I still like that. I think that's really, really cool. So that's pretty much it for Bumblebee. Now let's take a look at Tailgate. In robot mode, the reissue of Tailgate really gets a vast improvement thanks to new paint applications on his face. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt, a really good head sculpt that benefits thanks to a blue visor and silver face. The original Generation 1 toy, it was all red. He also gets sticker decals there on the chest, an Autobot symbol on the waist, which are very reminiscent of the Generation 1 toy, and that's about it. He does have new sculpting right there on the legs, and if you look real close, you can see molded in fingers, so he kind of has hands. So now let's take a look at the reissue of Swerve with his Generation 1 counterpart. And as I said, the original Generation 1 toy, the head sculpt, just way too much paint right there. I do like the decals. The decals are very reminiscent of each other and actually looks really good. A great throwback. So that's pretty much it for Swerve. Now let's take a look at Tailgate. In robot mode, the reissue of Tailgate also benefits from a painted visor. Taking a closer look at the figure, he's got another really good head sculpt, and you can see a blue painted in visor right there that looks really, really good. He also has sticker decals right there on the chest, and mine's crooked. I'm definitely going to be fixing that. And an Autobot decal right there on his waist. Molded details right there on the legs. Let's see. There's also a molded in fist. You can make out the thumb right there on the arms. That is really cool. So now let's take a look at Tailgate with his Generation 1 counterpart. Now my Generation 1 Tailgate, he's a little worse for wear. You can see paint scuffing, sticker wear, there's wear on the tires, the chrome's pretty much gone off his legs, the Autobot decal's gone, he's all scratched up. I have no idea where I got this guy. It might have been at a yard sale years and years ago, but he's pretty well, he's kind of a bad looking G1. But you can tell how the original had a all silver face, where this one has that nice blue visor. I think this guy may be a prime candidate for a Toyhax Flashbacks video. And that's pretty much it for Tailgate. So there you go, guys. One final look at the Generation 1 Walmart Reissue Minibots before and after. And just like the vehicle modes, the Minibots robot modes get some nice improvements thanks to Toyhax. Once again, we'll take a look at Outback first. New decals for Outback include replacement decals for the Generation 1 stickers that was on his chest and belt buckle. He also gets a nice little Autobot logo right there on the chest. And what I really like is some nice cool Generation 1 throwbacks that they gave Outback hidden within his arm flaps. If you flip this down right here, you will see his handy dandy Decepticon tracker.
Not with my trusty Decepticon detector.
And then on this side over here, he has that weird little disc that he threw at Dirge and Ramjet in order to take them out of the sky. So those are really cool little additions to the figure. Now moving on to Bumblebee. Bumblebee gets the most love out of this set. As you can see right off, he gets a brand new face decal. He's got kind of this little smirk. You also have an option with a open mouth smirk or a Bayverse looking face. But I had to go with this. I think that looks awesome. He also gets yellow decals right there on the arms, and that's pretty much it for Bumblebee. Now there is another option I forgot to go over. Right here on the back where I have that decal, you have the option for this one. So that's the one I chose. I want to make sure and show you guys everything. So there is Bumblebee. I really like how he looks now. Now taking a look at Swerve. Swerve also gets a brand new decal right there on the chest, but for him, you have an option of the Generation 1 decal or this IDW inspired decal. I decided to go with this one just to really give him a different look. He also gets a new Autobot logo right there on the belt buckle, and those red highlights do carry over from vehicle modes. I really like the looks of Swerve now. And now, last but not least, is Tailgate. He gets a brand new decal right across the chest. As I said, I replaced it and I straightened it up. He also gets a new Autobot logo right there on his belt buckle. And inside his arm is like a bomb meter or some kind of readout for his bomb disposal job. And that is pretty much it for Tailgate. So there you go, guys. One final look at the Walmart Reissue Generation 1 Minibots after. I couldn't be happier with Toyhax's upgrade set for the Walmart Reissue Generation 1 Minibots. I can tell a lot of love went into the set, from the Generation 1 throwbacks to the IDW throwbacks. This is a highly recommended set, and I think it would work even if you had some old Generation 1 toys opposed to the Walmart exclusive. Now granted, the Bumblebee decals will only work with the reissue. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new reviews. Once again, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!